Hello everyone, I just thought I'd quickly record this for you, because I keep on mentioning this game in quite a lot of my videos, most of my videos in the past, and this is Stonehearth. This is the game that I was really looking forward to. This is the alpha of the game, Alpha 1, and yeah, I mean it looks fantastic. It's currently at night. It only just turned night. I was going to record this in the daylight at first, but that kind of went down really well. So it's got a day and night cycle indicated by this really nice figure here. So the timer runs around around the corner, and then when it's sunlight you get a lot more daylight than you do in nighttime. So that's a nice little feature. This here it measures your stock and how much you got. So I got minus 12 wood, which is not a fact, and I'll get to that in a minute. And 15 food. I got much more, but again I'll get to that in a minute, and the reason why it's gone a bit dodgy, and things like that. So you can see there's a lot of things which are happening. So I've got all these beds here which have been created by a carpenter. So let's start to begin with. So you get, I think it's eight villagers. In order to start the game, you have to place this lovely banner down here. It's a nice blue banner by a fire, and during nighttime, a villager would normally get a block of wood and light it on fire, but they're all stuck, which is something I found out. You can give them. So when you start the game, you start really fine. 5 minutes into the game, that's when problems start to arise. Problems being like the stockpile here. I had one here. It was full of wood, it was full of food, it was fine. But then eventually they all went to gather a bit of wood, and then they'd all get stuck inside of the stockpile and they would not move. So I tried a few ways to try and get them out. That's deleting the stockpile, creating a new one. They would do that, but then they get confused and be like, but I need to pay to place this block of wood here, not you, and then they'll just all get stuck together again. And then the only way for them to get out of being in their stuck mode is when they're tired and need to go to sleep. So they go to these beds, and then that's when they're unstuck. But yeah, the villagers are very forgetful at the moment, and they forget that there's two buildings here which need to be built. There's one of them stuck in the middle, as you can see. Stuck in the middle of you. But overall, I really like the game. The graphic style is amazing. The music, which you can hear in the background, is so nice and well composed. It's such a relaxing game, and I think when this becomes, a proper game, which is it's gonna take a very long time for this to happen, because this is in very early alpha. I got it December 30th, is when it was released. So looking forward to this game when it comes out fully. Yeah. There's a lot more features which will be going into the game. If I click on the stockpile in the edit, there's so many more items that you can get. But at the moment, you just cannot do that. I mean, like range weapons, armor, and things like that. It's so cool. I mean, down here I've got some swords which my carpenter created, which you can't see. But if I go to the craft bench, craft an item, let's have a look. So these are all the items that you can make at the moment. So it's all wood, because you can't mine or anything like that, so you can't mine stone at the moment. But you get picket fences, a gate. I got a couple of picket fences, need to get a gate in a minute. Simple wooden chair, a more crafted wooden chair, takes up more resources to do these things. Table for one, dining table, which I have over here. Ta-da! Mean bed, so that's what I got at the moment. So it's straw beds, so not very comfortable for the villagers to sleep on, but it is a better sleep than sleeping on the floor. And then a comfy bed. But obviously, in order to get a comfy bed, you need cloth, and you can't get that at the moment. So one thing I would have liked to have shown you was the way that you get a carpenter. So you build a carpenter's bench, and then you have to allocate that to the villager, and then the villager will go over and it will do this really awesome kind of lift up a what was it, a saw. It's like a saw blade there, and he's like, ah la la, grab the saw blade, I'm now a carpenter. Mwah. So there you go. And there's a picket fence. So yeah, overall I'm really happy with the game. The music is incredible. The day-night cycle is awesome. I mean, look at the light effect on this. When it becomes middle of the day, it'll be much more brighter. If we look over, you can see it's like a sunrise now. The yellow sky. I can't look too high up, but yeah, it's not a very big world at the moment, because after all it is in alpha. You've just got a block world, which you can go to the outside of. Set like a mountainous area, lots of trees, which you need a lot of wood to start off the game. Go all the way over here, and then you've got a boggy marshland over here. There's So yeah, it's a very, very nice game. This is like your log. I struggle to read it, I have to admit. I don't need glasses, but even I struggle to read that. It'd be good to probably have a pop-out log so you can, you know, go into it. It comes like a separate document. I say document or a window, separate window, so you can look into it more deeply, and you see all the logs. Same as a stockpile, that's quite useful. But yeah, I'll just quickly show you about the stockpile. So if I make a stockpile, actually let's talk about this. So this is the selector. So this is the icon you go into to build or to create different things. So you go in here and then you have two drop-down menus. So structures. So you click on there and you got simple room, which is what these two are, and then wall. So you can build like a wall loop. I haven't learned how to do that yet because I struggle, and obviously the villagers are very forgetful that they need to build things when I ask them to. So if you go back, then we got build, and this is where you place items, you build workshops. Currently there's only carpenters, which is why I can only make wooden crafts, and then make a stockpile. So if we make a stockpile, I'll just quickly show you what happens when I make a stockpile. So everyone's going to start running around going, oh, I need to stock items, I need to stock items. So I'll stock you in there. Oh, has it actually decided to work? So normally when they're doing like berries or items and things like that which have been created, it works fine. You know, they've got this food stockpile here, but it's only when they go to like stockpile wood, this is where the problems come out. So they've gone to go collect some wood, all happily and dandy. Okay, that one's fine. Go place like, look, see, villager is now stuck, and she will not move at all. And that one's now stuck, and he will not move. It's like he didn't know that the other person was stockpiling the item and thought, oh, I'll stockpile it as well. But then he just gets confused, and then the cycle continues. And we get a pile of bodies. One big group hug. Oh, brilliant. And the only one that doesn't have problems is the carpenter. So, you know, she's happy and dandy, going to sleep, crafting her items, and then she'll be fine. But yeah, I can't change that until they need to sleep, and then they'll run away. But it takes a long time for them to go to sleep. How long have I been playing this now? About 20 minutes into this game. You know, so yeah, I've got obviously cut down tree orders as well. So in order to cut down a tree, you click on the tree, and then you press number 1, or you click on this button here, and they'll go to chop the tree. Ta-da! So log in that to cut the tree. Yeah, it's a shame they don't finish the buildings. They kind of get halfway through them, or even on this one, they just get like a quarter of the way through, and then just stop. And that's when the problems arise. But overall, I'm happy with the game. I cannot wait for any more updates to come out so they fix these bugs. And if they do watch the video, yeah, I hope they see this video, and I hope they can see the kind of bugs, because this is a really big problem. And it might be a good way, because I do like this. So all the villagers, they have like a stat line, or they have you know, a character sheet is what they call it. So there's going to be a portrait there, which hasn't been made yet. I can see these are kind of like their mind, their body, so that's their health, how mentally they are, and spirit. So not very religious, I believe that means. And then you've got attributes, and each one is different. You know, each one's more stronger, each one's different, which you'd expect. So if you're choosing the military, which is where you get weapons, then you know you can choose from these ones. Latest journal, so they have their own thoughts and feelings, which is really cool. So it's like, I'm not sure, they make me feel kind of light inside. I don't like where this is going, because all she's eating is berries. Yeah. And then you got birthday, so when they were born, traits, any particular traits. Maybe that could probably go to attributes. Don't know. And personality, so she is psychopathic, which is why she's only got one mind. And misanthrope. I will need to look that up, because I have no idea what that means. Yeah, and each one is different. So if you go to Leo Brightwell, great names. Obviously randomly generated. So she's different, yeah, see? Not very strong. You know, the other one was 68, she's 34. She's diligent, and she's a sweetheart. Oh, bless. Berries. You never got fresh fruit in the cities. Yeah, because, you know, for all those people who know Dwarf Fortress, this is kind of the same thing. Just, the graphics are incredible. As I was saying, weather changes. We are now near the end of the day, and yeah, bright blue skies, and the cloud effect which goes over makes a shadow. So cool. Right, so I think I've said everything in this game. I don't know what this is yet. I think this is just a log to say how well the game is running and things like that. And I'm sending my information back to the team anyway, who are creating this game. So well done so far to them, and I look forward to the next update and any patch bugs, fixes, and things like that. So yeah, hope you enjoy. This is Stonehearth, and I expect to see more of this in the future.